UFC light heavyweight division matchups that I think should happen next. Every single fight in the top 15, including the champion Glover Teixeira. Who should they all be fighting next? So we're going to start from the bottom in Dustin Jacoby, then go to the top with Glover Teixeira. We just did the heavyweight division. Now it is time to do the light heavyweight division. Now, Dustin Jacoby is going to be the first guy, and it's not clear who Dustin Jacoby should fight next, because he has wins over, or he had a draw over Ian Cutelaba, got a TKO win over Darren Stewart, beat John Allen, and then beat Michael Olashiju. None of these guys are very legit guys in the light heavyweight division, but as of right now, he deserves to step up. I mean, he's beaten all the guys outside of the top 15. He had a very close fight with Ian Cutelaba as well. But does he deserve like a super big step up in the top 10 of the light heavyweight division? I don't think so. A lot of those guys are a little bit above Dustin Jacoby's level, but I think a good fight to make for Dustin, a good striking affair that will show, can Dustin stay away from those power shots? Can he keep on the kickboxing for the 3 rounds and beat a guy that has just fought main events over guys like Jamal Hill, like Thiago Santos, and plenty of other guys? So I would say a good fight to make would actually be Dustin Jacoby versus a Johnny Walker. I think Dustin Jacoby has a very good shot of winning, and that would show where Johnny Walker really is in the division, because as of right now, he's on a very bad losing streak, and when he is getting wins, they're not the most impressive wins by any means. I mean, the elbows to the side of the head on Ryan Spann, they were good and all, but not enough to really secure your position inside of this light heavyweight division. There's so many other guys out here that could definitely beat Johnny Walker, but Dustin Jacoby's already in that top 15. We don't want to put Johnny Walker against an unranked guy just yet, so put him against the number 15 guy in Dustin Jacoby, and it'd be a very good striking affair right there. The next one we're going to look at is going to be number 14, Jimmy Crute. As of right now, Jimmy's on a losing streak. Lost to Jamal Hill, I believe he's the number 11 guy in this light heavyweight division, and then he lost to Anthony Smith. Now, we've already said Jacoby versus Jamal Hill. Ryan Spann, he's got his good win. I don't think he's looking to go down in the rankings one more time and fight Jimmy Crute. Nikita Krylov, I believe he already has a fight scheduled against Alexander Gustafsson right there. And right now, Jimmy Crute does not deserve a Volkan Oezdemir. He already lost to Jamal Hill, so he's not going to get a Volkan Oezdemir. So this does say that Jimmy Crute is going to be having an unranked fighter for his next one. It's not going to be Ian Cutelaba. He is coming off a loss, and I'm just forgetting this now. Jacoby already has a fight scheduled. I totally forgot about this fight. I was actually saying a fight with Johnny Walker would be very good. So we're actually going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to say the winner of Dustin Jacoby and Da Un Jung is going to fight Johnny Walker next. Da Un Jung versus... I totally forgot he was fighting Da Un Jung at this moment. That is crazy. But yeah, I would say the winner of that one versus Johnny Walker next. I totally forgot he had that fight. So after that one is going to be Jimmy Crute. Not going to fight Da Un Jung. Not going to fight Ian Cutelaba. Not going to fight Michael Olashiju. He already beat him. Khalil Roundtree's a decent one. But Nick Negumereanu, Jailton Almeida. Those are some guys I'm definitely thinking about. Azamat Mirzakhanov's another one. So it's going to have to be one of these up-and-comers in this light heavyweight division. Either Nick Negumereanu, Jailton Almeida, or Azamat Mirzakhanov. Those are the 3 guys I'm looking at. As of right now, I'm not liking a Nick Negumereanu fight. I don't think he deserves a top 15 guy next. But if Jailton Almeida can go out there and beat Parker Porter in the heavyweight division this weekend, I'm going to be honest. Jailton Almeida versus Jimmy Crute will be an amazing fight, because they're both very legit grapplers, have submission wins over Paul Craig, Michael Olashiju, TKO Modestas Bukauskas, TKO Sam Alvey. It's on a losing streak. Jailton Almeida, in my opinion, is a future champion in this heavyweight division. So I think that is the fight to make next, is going to be a fight with Jailton Almeida and, of course, Jimmy Crute. It's going to be an amazing fight. So Jimmy Crute versus Jailton Almeida, if he beats Parker Porter. Now, that is an if. It is in the heavyweight division, which makes it all the more interesting, but I thought he was going to be who he was supposed to fight in the first place, which was, he should be somewhere around here. There, Maxim Grisham, who has beat William Knight. got Zamura Gulov, and arguably beat Dustin Jacoby as well. And I would have thought he won that fight as well. So a fight right there for Jonathan Almeida would be an amazing one with Jimmy Crute. Can't wait to see that fight happen. After that one, we're going to go on a little bit up the rankings into Ryan Spann. Coming off a very good win over the unranked Ion Cutelaba. Got the submission win in the very first round. Now, he's a very inconsistent guy. He gets a really good win, then he loses very, very badly. Gets a really good win, loses very, very badly. Got knocked out by Johnny Walker, lost to Anthony Smith, but he beat Misha Sirgunov. He beat Ion Cutelaba. He beat Sam Alvey and a couple other guys in this light heavyweight division. But right now, who is he going to fight? He's not going to fight another unranked guy. He's not going to fight Jacoby, Jimmy Crute. He already fought Johnny Walker. Nikita Krylov already has a fight. Jamal Hill already has a fight, I believe, with Thiago Santos. That only really leaves one guy, which is going to be either Volkan Oezdemir or Paul Craig next. And I'm not talking either guy just yet, because they already have a fight against each other. But I would say the loser of Volkan Oezdemir and Paul Craig, because they're both very good grapplers, very good wrestlers. Volkan does have some good striking to fall back on as well, with a TKO win over Ilir Latifi. But it's not like Ryan Spann's going to get a fight in the next month or two. He can wait at least the next, 1 month, 2 months for the Paul Craig Volkan Oezdemir fight. So I think a good fight to make will be Ryan Superman Spann versus the loser of Volkan Oezdemir and Paul Craig. That would be the fight to make next. Ryan Spann versus loser of Paul Craig and Volkan Oezdemir. That'd be a very solid fight there. After that one, it gets a little interesting because you got guys like Johnny Walker. We already said who he's going to fight next is the winner of Jacoby and Da Un Jung. Nikita Krylov already has his next fight booked with Alexander Gustafsson. We do have Volkan Oezdemir, but I did say I want him to go against Ryan Spann if he does lose his next fight to Paul Craig. Jamal Hill already fighting Thiago Santos. Then there's Dominick Reyes. Who in the world is Dominick Reyes going to fight next? Because that is where it gets so interesting in the top 10 of the light heavyweight division. Because the only guys that really do not have fights are Dominick Reyes, Alexander Rakic, and Jan Blachowicz. We'll get to Jan Blachowicz later, but seeing as though Dominick Reyes and Alexander Rakic do not have fights coming up next, and Dominick Reyes is on a little bit of a losing streak, Alexander Rakic coming off a loss as well, I'm honestly thinking of doing a Dominick Reyes, Alexander Rakic co-main event pay-per-view, main card of the pay-per-view, something like that. Rakic had a very weird loss to Jan Blachowicz, but at this moment in time, he's not going to get another rematch with Jan. He's not going to get a title fight. He's not going to get Yuri Prohashka, Ankalaev, Smith, Thiago Santos, any of these guys. He's not going to get any of those guys. But once the injury does heal that he did sustain in the Jan Blachowicz fight, I think a fight with Alexander Rakic and Dominick Reyes would be a very, very good one. So that is the next one. Alexander Rakic versus Dominick Reyes in the light heavyweight division. Rakic versus Dominick Reyes. That would be a very, very solid fight. After that one, there's only really one more guy left, because after that, we got Thiago Santos, who already has his fight. We got Anthony Smith, already has his fight. Ankalaev already has his fight. Yuri already has his fight. Rakic, we already said, wants to go against Dominick Reyes. It only leaves Jan Blachowicz. Who is Jan Blachowicz going to fight next? Is it going to be a title fight with Glover Teixeira or Yuri Prohashka? He is the #1 contender. Or is it going to be a Magomed Ankalaev or Anthony Smith fight? I think that's what should happen next. Jan Blachowicz versus the winner of Magomed Ankalaev and Anthony Smith. I think that'd be a very, very good fight. Two guys that are really looking to get back in that title picture against Jan Blachowicz, a former champion right there. If Magomed beats him, he gets a title fight. If Anthony Smith beats Magomed and then beats Jan Blachowicz, give him another title fight. And if Jan Blachowicz beats Magomed Ankalaev, or if he beats Anthony Smith, give him another title fight. So this is a perfect #1 contender fight. Jan Blachowicz versus the winner of Magomed Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. I can't wait to see if this fight does ever get announced. So those are the fights to make next in the UFC light heavyweight division. We'll go from the top. Dawoon Jung versus Dustin Jacoby. Winner takes on Johnny Walker. Jimmy Crute versus Jailton Almeida if he can beat Parker Porter. Ryan Spann versus the loser of Paul Craig and Volkan Oezdemir. Alexander Rakic versus Dominick Reyes. Jan Blachowicz versus the winner of Magomed Ankalaev. And all the fights that have already been announced: Glover versus Yuri, Smith versus Ankalaev, Craig versus Oezdemir, Thiago Santos versus Jamal Hill, Alexander Gustafsson versus Nikita Krylov, Dawoon Jung, Dustin Jacoby. Those are the fights already announced, but these are the new fights that I think should happen in the UFC light heavyweight division. Cannot wait to see if some of these fights do eventually get announced. I cannot wait, because Magomed Ankalaev versus Jan Blachowicz has my mouth watering. I can't wait for that fight. But what do you guys think about the fights that I just listed? Do you guys think that these are the fights that should be made next? Or do you think that those are absolutely garbage fights and you have something completely different? Put your thoughts down below in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.